Yes, good evening, brothers and sisters. This is Ogele TV on YouTube, Ogele Talk Show on Facebook. God bless every one of you. As you like my video and share my video, don't hesitate to like my video and share my video. Good day, good day, good day, good day. Yes, we're in the month of February. God bless everyone. It has been a while now. About 2 days ago, I've not been on live. But I said today, I just want to come live and see my people. I beg, as soon as they like my video, make sure they share them. Even they thumbs up the video. Whatever time you come across my video, always like and share. Like the video and share and subscribe to my YouTube. Please don't hesitate to do that. Subscribe, Papa subscribe, Mama subscribe, sister subscribe, auntie subscribe. As you do that, God will bless you. I really appreciate all my followers, all my fans, the wonderful thing, the grateful things you guys have been doing on this platform and making the platform to be growing every day by day. I really appreciate every one of you. I say God will bless you guys. God will elevate every one of you. Whatever you put your hands this year, you will succeed in it in the mighty name of Jesus. Brothers and sisters, we have a lot of things that we haven't since about 2-3 days in Nigeria. We don't know where we are heading to. We have a lot of story to discuss about today. I've seen some videos. Sometimes I will be tired whether we still have a government in that kind of country. When I see some video, we just say, my God, where are we heading to? Where is Nigeria going to? We need to be asking ourselves questions. Sometimes if you talk, they say you are criticizing the government. We cannot fold our hands. I've seen daily basis they are buying Nigeria in the street of Nigeria. I don't know Nigerians because the rain never beat before reach your side. Now they say, if you talk to this government, they criticize the government. You see, the problem of Nigeria, we Nigerians we are still docile people. We are the problem to ourselves. We are the gullible. There are a lot of gullible Nigerians that don't never mean well for that country. Never mean well because of what you want to put for mouth. You know they consider human being where they slaughter daily basis. I'm really tired of Nigerians. I'm coming with my brothers. So you are welcome to my show today. God bless every one of you. So I really appreciate every one of you for creating time to watch my video and like my video. I bet me could see the super chat me. Very poor. So don't popular rich. Make una see the try. My brother Alex Agunta, they try. Mr. Israel, they try. At least make una see they support this page. If not paid well for the do saga, my brother, waiting for the get, Andrew Papa. Good evening. Good evening, sir. God bless you. I really appreciate you. Make una see the super chat me. Nothing is too big, nothing is too small. Make una see, make the user they support this broadcast. If I get good super chat now, like brother Chris now, I feel they buy data for them. We see they try. At least now time the matter they come, they join us for you from Nigeria. Not easy, my brother. Not easy. And it's still coming to join me now in less than 10 minutes time. Let's support this program. Let's support this page. Let's create awareness. 2027 is coming. We don't know where our government is taking us to. Me, I'm tired as a Nigerian. I'm tired. I'm tired. Whether it's a crime to be in Nigeria, I don't know. Every day we are hearing bad news. No good news is coming out from that country. No good news. No one single good news. Let me go ahead and share my video first. Before we go ahead. No good news that is coming out from that country. Day by day. If they don't buy 200 people, they will buy 162 people. In a country where we say we have leader, in a country where we say we get government, where are we heading to? Every year budget, they will allocate money to fight insecurity. At the end of the day, you don't see what they are using the money to do. They don't invest the money properly. If they don't allocate the money, they will still go and share the money with the assets. They don't care about the ordinary man. That is why it's a pity since of Nigeria supporting all these our leaders. Where we say not me well for us. They don't mean well. Nigeria now become a country where life is very cheap. Life is so cheap. Life is so cheap. They are buying Nigeria on a daily basis. Huh? Where are we heading to? A country like Nigeria, oil producing country, we does not have security. We are still discussing about insecurity matter. Huh? How many barrels of oil that is going out of that country daily basis? At the end of the day, Nigeria is still battling about insecurity, battling about bad roads, no good school, no good healthcare center. I think the system is porous, nothing to write home about. Every 4 years, we elect people, the incompetent leader everywhere. It's a pity. It's really pathetic. When you talk, they will be threatening you. I don't know whether we don't have freedom of speech in Nigeria again. Me, I don't know. I don't know where we are heading to. Like the video and share the video, my brothers. Well, look at what is happening in a Kwara state. Look at they slaughter human being like saying an animal that they slaughter for a whole community. They wipe it out in a country where we have president, in a state where they have governor. We have police, we have army, we have civil defense, we have navy. At the end of the day, they could not protect our people. The government is allocating money every month for a security vote for every state. Still, yeah, the governors could not protect their people. They are pocketing the money. When you talk to them, people will be threatening. If you talk to my governor, I don't know whether governor is semi-God or whether governor is God. If governor is misbehaving, you have to call him to order. The governor is not above the law. It's only Nigeria governor now becomes semi-God. They will say government have immunity. Immunity that you cannot use to protect your people. Immunity that you will use to oppress your people. What kind of country are we? What kind of country is that? Tell me one thing you will use to brag as a Nigerian. Just tell me. Look at the other day, this country that is close to South Africa, Namibia. In Twitter, they were laughing Nigeria. Say Nigeria is calling themselves giant of Africa. A country without no electricity. You are calling yourself giant of Africa. Where are you giant? These are countries Nigeria were supporting those days. Where there was apartheid in South Africa. Nigeria was supporting all this Namibia, South Africa. But go there today. Go there today. Whether or wickedness, or me, I don't know. Whether or wickedness, they just want to wicked Nigerians. And Nigerians, they don't learn. They don't learn. Most of them, they are still supporting these leaders that have your destiny is in their hand. They have collected your star, your destiny is already with them. They have hold you guys hostage. A country where God has given us all great resources to live a better life. Still yet, Nigeria is still living from hand to mouth. Yes, The poverty rate in Nigeria is nothing to write home about. You will be ashamed. A country of oil producing country is like Somalia is even better than Nigeria. Yes. Because the government benefits you, you don't care about your ordinary brother in the street. You don't think tomorrow the government will come and go. If you don't have access to government again, where are you going to start from? Your government does not create jobs. They does not attract foreign investors. Nothing will even make the foreign investors to come to your land. Because you guys have no electricity, no security, no good road, no good healthcare system. Nothing will attract a foreign investor to come to Nigeria. Let's be honest to ourselves. You think they are fools? They are not fools. Somebody that is going to invest billions in a country where Boko Haram take laws into their hand. Bandits now go to a community and wipe out a whole community. People are still here talking about 2027. 2027. Look at how people in the street of Kwara State, in the street lying down, wipe out a whole family. Because these guys, they don't care. They know our government cannot protect us. They could not support them. Now money rate, we're not going to beat only one person. The day where you go knock for your door, now where they support all this government. No cry, come out to, no cry, they could not support. A country where life is so cheap. You can see somebody in 20 minutes ago, you say something don't happen to that. The life is not secure. Nothing is working in that country. The society is poor. What do you want to practice as a Nigerian? Tell me. Tell me what are you going to use to brag to other people? All that country supposed to be seeking asylum in Nigeria. If our government really mean well for us, we Nigerians are not going outside to seek asylum, looking for greener pastures, when we have what it takes to live a better life. If you can't seek asylum for abroad, you know what you're going to tell you? They say, go back to your country. Your country is far better than us. Yes. They know we have what it takes to live a better life like them. Standard life. Every day by the people are complaining. People are complaining. Mr. of Power, that useless man, he was taking people with honest condition and go and stay. You see, they don't even have, they don't have you guys in mind. That's what you're supposed to know. Me, I have a tea in my house. Norway is a very cold country. My AC is both cold and hot. Are you going to tell me when to on my AC? You are not to tell me because I'm paying for the bill. They are giving me the service. I have to pay the bill at the end of the month. He's not telling you what to plug in your house. That's a country. People are saying the government is doing a great job. If it better, we take it like that. If it's not better, we still take it like that. Because Nigerians does not like, I think 70% of Nigerians, they like abject poverty. Yes. I think you guys like it. We that is just saying the way you guys are supposed to live a better life will not become your enemy. I better make a super chat me. First super chat today before we start. I want to see the first man to super chat me here today. 15 people watching now. We just started about 10 minutes ago. Please make una super chat me. Better something. I need better gift for my followers. Make una knock and put boa. Now time I tell you sit down for here. Nothing is too big, nothing is too small. Super chat me, like the video and share the video. Always thumbs up the video. Make una just like am. Subscribe to Ogele TV. Country where life is very cheap. Yeah, God bless you, my brother. Life is so cheap. When the government is failing, when we are saying it the way it's supposed to be, this same gullible Nigeria who doesn't know what they are doing. Because these people is paying you 150,000, you become a madman in the street. The money that cannot change your life. How much is 150,000 as a worker in Nigeria? What can that money do for you? Can that money pay your rentage? The answer is no. If you have 3 children with a wife, can you pay school fees with 150,000? The answer is no. These are countries, Nigeria is supposed to be having free education. I've been in Norway for years. My children attended primary school here from kindergarten, from nursery school. I've never paid a dime to Norwegian government. Everything was free. Am I from Norway? The answer is no, I'm from Nigeria. This is how to know a country where government have value of human being. They do not care. As long as you can meet up to their requirement, you have the legit resident to stay in this country. You are entitled to the right of the citizen. The entitlement is there already automatically. You guys cannot hear me. Why? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? It says if you can hear me, just write yes. Let me. You can't hear me. Why? Maybe it's your phone. Other people is hearing me. Audio and you're going like, if you can hear me, just write yes on the comment section. Let me see it. Audio, come to YouTube. We're on Facebook. Come to YouTube now. Is there? Can you hear me now? Or just subscribe to Ogele TV on YouTube and join us on YouTube. Yeah, somebody said they can hear. So Israel, why are you not hearing me? It's like it's your phone. Can you hear me now, Mr. Israel? Mr. Israel, can you hear me? We cannot see you. It's only you, my brother. Maybe there's something wrong with your phone. Somebody can hear me. Other person can hear me now. Hello, my brother.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. There's something wrong with your phone. Chris, can you hear me?
I can hear you clearly.
Okay, loud and clear. Mr. Israel, there's something wrong with your phone. It's not here. So, my brothers and sisters, Mr. Chris, you are welcome to the show. Audio, come and join us on YouTube. Leave the Facebook and come and join us, Mr. Audio in Yagumera. That's my younger one. Join us on YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube now. I want to see your subscription audio. So, as I was saying, my brother, a lot of things is happening in Nigeria. A lot of shenanigans here and there. We have a country, we have president, we have state governors. We are still fighting insecurity matters. A country where state governors are getting almost about 1.something billion as a security vote at the end of the month. They cannot still protect their people. Look at what happened in Kwara State. It's really pathetic. People like wiping a family out. Just wipe a whole community. They are still looking for dead bodies in the bush. And we are saying we are having a leadership in that country We have a president. For me, I don't believe Nigeria we have leader. We don't have leaders. We have rulers. These people does not mean well for us for any area. And the useless, gullible Nigerians, because of what they are benefiting from this government and the from the presidency to the state, they don't always say the truth anymore. If you talk to the governors, they will say, don't come to Edo, especially Edo. Edo people, majority of them have become, most of them, that say because the governor are just giving them SSA, they have become a moron in the street of Benin. How much is SSA? How much is SSA? Look at how they slaughter human beings. People are still here talking about 2027. Talking about Tinubu mandate, they shall fall and buy. Singing hallelujah along with Tinubu that Tinubu has made what is called life for his unborn generation. Nigerians are supposed to be ashamed of themselves. Can't Nigeria advise Tinubu to resign? The man is old for the job. He could not protect Nigerians. We don't need him as a president. He has nothing to offer. Look at yesterday, Akpabio was talking anyhow in the seat of Senate. These are the people, the legislators. Okay, the electoral bill, make it mandatory that any result that has been transmitted from the polling unit to the RF, that result is the final result. They are not saying they cannot pass the law of mandatory. You see, they know, and you said the government of your APC government is working. Everything is well with Nigeria. Why are you escaping it? If you know you don't have proclamation, come on, pass the bill. Let everybody go and vote. If Mr. President wins, so it is. It's Nigeria that decides. Not by you are trying to cover some area. You are not denying that, okay, we have not passed the bill. We said we cannot pass the bill of mandatory. No, that is what Nigeria did. Nigeria had to tell you people what to do. Not you people to tell us what to do. If Nigeria really know the meaning of democracy, we have to tell the government of the day, this is what we want. They cannot decide for us. Because they are just like, we elected you there to serve us. When you are misleading us, we will call you back and say, hey, come. These are the areas you are lacking behind. We must amend this area. And you must listen to the voice of the people. Let me go ahead and show you one video now. See how Nigerians were messing themselves up in it. These are your leaders. Okay, let's go ahead and watch the video. Mr. Chris, just listen. Listen.
The upper legislative chamber retained the provision of the old Electoral Act 2022, which allows for manual counting of votes and also allows presiding officers to transfer election results in a manner as prescribed by the Independent National Electoral Commission. And by the way, that's Section 60 of the Electoral Act 2022. It's still operating until the President signs a new act, a new bill into law. Now, joining us on this show to discuss the Senate's rejection of the proposal that allows presiding officers to electronically transmit election results from polling units to the INEC IREP portal in real time is Clement Nwankwo, a lawyer and human rights activist. Good morning, Clement, and good to see you.
Good morning, Ruben, and the rest of the crew. Quite a pleasure to be on this program this morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, and good to have you. Now, many Nigerians are disappointed. This morning, we have said the National Assembly is trying to protect itself. The Senate has more or less modified, for pragmatic reasons, in my view, what Nigerians consider most important, which is electronic transmission, which will show that, look, everybody is involved and everyone can monitor the result. They've retained Section 60, of the Electoral Act 2022, which grants INEC discretion over electronic transmission. Now they've tampered with the timing, reducing 360 days to 180 days. Even in terms of the submission of the names of candidates, they've also reduced that. In response, it appears to concerns about timing and the urgency of what we face. Now, they are not on the same footing with the House of Reps. House of Reps and National Assembly, they are now going to take another 1 month. Maybe after they have that joint session, maybe another committee will be set up to review what they have come back with, what they will return with, and all of that. However, the basic issue is Nigerians appear to be disappointed. As an insider, because you are involved through the Policy and Legal Advocacy Center and all the efforts you have made, to coordinate civil society on this important issue. Are you also disappointed like the rest of us, or you think we have no cause to be disappointed?
I think the whole country is shocked. Disappointed is an understatement. The whole country is shocked, and I am particularly depressed about what has happened. PLAC and civil society have worked with the National Assembly. National Assembly has conducted hearings, public hearings, zonal hearings, hearings across the country, getting views from citizens on what should be included in the Electoral Act. A lot of people have researched, have devoted time. I have personally been involved at no cost to the National Assembly on a pro bono basis to contribute to the efforts that have been made. I think what is important to point out here is that the National Assembly set up the joint committees of the Senate and House. These two committees, members were exceedingly very devoted from the Senate, from the House, holding retreats, holding meetings, holding consultations with civil society. And the joint document that came out was to the satisfaction of everyone. The House of Representatives proceeded to pass what was agreed by the joint committee by and large, and it was waiting for the Senate to come to terms with the timing because everybody felt that there was an urgency to the Electoral Act. The Senate delayed making the House because it was supposed to be that both chambers were supposed to pass this on the same day and subsequently harmonize and send to the President for assent because of the urgency of it. The Senate did not do what it should do, or the Senate leadership did not bring this issue into discussion. It kept adjourning and adjourning. Finally, it said it set up a committee. That committee, from what we saw, that committee also agreed with the joint committee report. So it wasn't that the Senate, because I think it's important for Nigerians to know that a lot of the senators do not agree with what has been passed. A lot of the Nigerian senators. So we have to ask ourselves, how did what was passed get announced as what was passed? Because I know that majority of senators disagree with what has been announced as passed. So it's a question, how does a legislative house produce a document that is not in consonance with the majority of its members' position? The Senate President set up a committee. That committee met. That committee agreed in itself that what was originally presented by the joint committees was fine. This was discussed. I have never seen a situation where a chambers of the National Assembly on an issue of great public interest will go into closed session. Even in those closed sessions, members were quite firm in saying, we want an electronic transfer of results. We want what the joint committee has agreed to remain. But it seems to me that what has happened is that there is some interest, and I do not believe and I do not think that the president has given any instruction to anybody on what to insert into the Electoral Act or not. Every conversation that I've had, every discussions I've had tells me that the president has always expressed a desire to ensure that the Electoral Act is free and fair and represents what citizens want. There is no indication to me that the president wants electronic transmission of results to be removed from what has been put forward. I think what you're seeing is a situation where you have a few people who are lip reading or mind reading the president and trying to put into or extract from the Electoral Act that has been passed what they think the president would like. I don't think so. I have not had so, and I have not seen so.
All right. Okay.
The electronic transmission of results is critical to.
Yeah, the video is very long. You see, a country like Nigeria, for Akpabio to be a Senate president of Federal Republic of Nigeria, that country is a dead on arrival. Akpabio has no name. Has no name. Akpabio has not what it takes to be a Senate president of Federal Republic of Nigeria. Akpabio is a corrupt man. You see, where Nigeria will continue failing, this is the area where Nigeria will continue to be failing. Because until we wipe these corrupt leaders out of our political space, we will not see the light of the day. We should not deceive ourselves. There's no good thing that is coming. Take it or you like it. Nigeria is like a banana republic. My brother, Mr. Chris, you are welcome. You have seen all the shenanigans that have been playing in the House of Senate. People who are being paid with taxpayers' money. Look at how they are gambling with the life of Nigerians. You've said that the man in the head of affair, Mr. President, is doing well. Why are you guys trying to cajole this Electoral Act? It's not difficult to do. Pass it and let everybody go to the field. If the president wins, yeah, we all support him. We will know it's Nigeria that decide. Because this time they don't allow this result from polling unit to go straight to the RF. When they come to the coalition center, they will go and manufacture figures. We know what happened in Edo. They will do it. So, my brother, what is your take on that matter now? And it's trending.
Everything, the subject matter is, first of all, let me greet viewers all over the world. Everything is centered on ringing of election, whether electoral act, whether manual voting or electronic voting and the rest of them. It has to do with election manipulation. That is just the subject matter. Now, the issue of transmitting election results from one police station to the other, to the IRF or whatever the name is called. You see, it's unfortunate that the president is the one appointing the INEC officer, the INEC chairman. So automatically, he is the one playing the piper, and he also dictates the tune. So before the man finally gets there, he must have reached agreement with the president. He must have reached agreement with some party leaders that I will do the bidding of the ruling party. We can never get it right with this kind of system we are operating. You see, they are talking about electronic voting. When you go to the northern part of the country, why is it that Nigeria is solely relying on the northern vote? You ask yourself, why are Nigerian politicians always rely on the northern vote? That is where the corruption comes from. It comes from the north. Now, in the southern part of the country, you are not allowed to vote without electronic means. Whereas in the northern part of the country, you are allowed to vote manually.
But it happens in Estako. In Estako, last election, they vote manually. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
That is why Osomole manufactured result. Estako was not bigger than Oredo. It's a shame.
Yes. Yes. That is what the Benin, that is what they want. Now, when you go to the northern part of the country, you know, the north, they have a lot of boundaries with some of these African countries. Now, they go there and import some of these internally displaced people, these local migrants. They import them, they register them, they get their PVC. And sometimes they don't even use PVC. They vote manually. Now, when you go to some of these northern states, the place you call a community, let me not mention a name of a certain community, just like the community where some of your friends came from. I'm sorry. Now, in the north, that community will be producing more than 5,000 people. Whereas my own community that is bigger than some of these northern local government, my own community that is bigger than some of these northern local government cannot even produce 300. So at the end of the day, the ringing of the election, the bulk of the ringing of the election is always coming from the northern part of the state. Politicians are so reliant, the certain politicians are so reliant on the northern election. The reason that is where they now raise their votes. Ordinarily, when you carry out a genuine census, when you carry out a genuine registration, the northern population cannot equal the southern population. Now, the electronic voting they are talking about, the ruling party will never allow it. They will never accept it because that is where they have advantage. Any INEC officer that is being nominated or given that appointment in Nigeria is a member of the ruling party. He automatically becomes a member of the ruling party. So with what we are seeing today, Nigeria can never get it right. Even the youth we are talking about, they are the one working for the politicians. Politicians, some of them, they are old, some of them are both 60, 70, 80, and the rest of them, they are still struggling with power. But they do not do some of this dirty job. They make use of this youth who ordinarily are supposed to be leaders of tomorrow. We will never get it right. In 1999, most of the governors who ruled or who served under Obasanjo as a governor then, if you look at their age, they were all youth. Let me use Niger Delta for a case study. They were all youth, but do you know almost about 95% of them were all criminals? They were all criminals. So if you like, I wouldn't mention their name. If people who probably then were given that such opportunity to rule as a governor, some of them were in their late 40s, some of them were in their early 50s, and they could not perform as a leader, as a youth, then whom now are they going to hand over to? Who are they going to hand over to? You just mentioned a word that Akpabio is supposed to lead this country. Yes, Akpabio was a chairman of NDDC or minister for NDDC. I don't know what they call him. Yeah. A lot of havoc was wreaked upon that agency. Yes, I think, was it during COVID-19? Some money was missing, and when he was asked, he said he used the money for palliative. Taxpayer money. He said he used the money for palliative. Such a man was still had the opportunity, not just a senator, he became a Senate president. So Nigeria is not a country people will respect in the committees of nation. Because if you look at the caliber of people leading this country today, the whole of them have question mark add to their names. Question mark add to their names. Akpabio ordinarily is not supposed to become a Senate president. But you now ask, how did he become a Senate president? How did he become a Senate president? A lot of nonsense is being carried out in the ruling party. A lot of nonsense. Nigerians are not comfortable with the system. You talk about the killings in Kwara State. Now, sometimes I just look at myself and I smile. The reason why you guys are taking some of these things too far, you live in a civilized and a responsible society where the government actually care for the citizen. Unlike what we have here, the question Nigerians have not been able to ask their leaders, they've not been able to ask the government of the day, where is the security vote? What is it used for? And what was the purpose of that security vote? What are they using it for? The only thing you see Nigeria government doing, Nigeria governors doing, they are flying from one state to the other with their private jets. You will not ask yourself, why will a public officer be attached with a private jet? A whole lot of things is happening in Nigeria. 2027 election, the rigging is almost perfected. Yes. It's almost perfected. It is only when the people realize where they are and where this government have taken them through for this period of time he has been in the power, that is when the people will not decide and say, no, we don't want this kind of system. What we are seeing in Nigeria today is a shame. Nigeria is a shame. Those piloting the affairs of the country today, in the responsible society, they can never smell leadership position. Look at it from the top to the bottom, from the bottom to the top. Look at them. The whole of them have question mark. The whole of them have question mark. My prayer is that what happened in Venezuela should happen in some of these African countries where leaders are not responsible to their citizens. And I begin to ask myself, why is America busy fighting in Iran? The sin committed by the leadership of Iran or the Iranian government is not up to the sin that is being committed in one local government in Nigeria. So I keep on asking myself, why are they ignoring the situation in Nigeria and they're always hammering on Iran and some of these countries in the Middle East? I think the international world, they are watching Nigeria. They are watching Nigeria. So what we are seeing, the opposition party, they are sleeping. Yes, they are all sleeping because we have not been able, they've not been able to a kind of muster force on the ruling party. When they speak at individual level, not at the party level. Is it PDP, ADC, Labour, ABGA? Just mention them. They don't even speak. They speak at their individual level, not at the platform of the party. We used to have publicity secretary of a political party. We have the PRO. Just name the various positions in political party. You don't hear them speaking because they are also corrupt. I saw Tambowa, some of his previous files have been reopened. The reason why that file was being reopened is because of the forthcoming election, so that they can use to a kind of calm him down. You know, when you speak, we'll go and bring out your fight. The whole of them have problems in their past leadership. They have problems in their leading of their people because what they are doing or why they were in the office, they never met well for their people. What they were busy doing were busy ransacking money to their pocket. The only safe place you can just, okay, let me manage the state today is somewhere in Abuja or probably Lagos and a few other parts of the state. They don't have a safe haven to live anymore. The reason is that while they were privileged to lead this country, they mishandle and they misuse that opportunity. They were never interested in protecting lives and property. Their sole aim was to make money, build 5-star hotels, build private school, build pure water factory. That is the kind of business they engage in at the expense of the people. So it is none of their business. But I am also aware that if the people realize where they are now and the pains they are going through, somehow, they don't need someone to campaign to them during the election. They will vote their conscience. They know what is good for them. And above all, of all the candidates, of all the aspirants vying for various political positions, how many of them talk about insecurity? How I intend to solve the problem of insecurity if being elected? They will never talk about it. They will never talk about it. The northern leaders, they are making money from the insecurity in this country. They are making money. We saw what happened in Niger Delta. Collectively, the leadership of Niger Delta, the people from the whole of the South Side, fought against the militants. Yes, they were trying to protect their resources from the hands of the invader, that's the federal government of Nigeria. But it came to a time everything stopped. Yes, people of different categories were speaking, either in favor or against what was happening in Niger Delta. But in the case of the northern today, or in the northern part of the country today, you don't hear the leadership of the north speaking against the evil in the north. What they are solely concerned is they are talking about 2027 to come. Some are trying to form their own political party and the rest of them. The reason is that they are greatly benefiting from the nonsense that is being happening in the northern part of the country today. There are people supplying fuel, supplying drugs and the rest of them. A lot of things is happening in the north. And on the long run, the southern part of the state, they are the one paying for the foolishness of the northerner. You ask me, where is the resources they are using in managing the insecurity in the north? It is being gotten from the Niger Delta and the South South. Yes, that is where they are getting the money from. Ordinarily, they don't generate the amount of money that can help manage the insecurity in the north. The money is being gotten from Niger Delta, and Niger Delta is not being developed. The governor from Niger Delta, you ask yourself, what have they really done with about 14% derivation or whatever the name is called that is being given to them? What is it used for? If those states actually collect that money, the people need to ask the governor right from 1999 till date, what was the money meant for, and how well have they been able to use the money for the welfare of the people? We've not been able to ask some of these questions. The only thing we see governors, they are living like emperor. They are all living like emperor. Traditional rulers, they are not interested. Religious leaders, they are not interested. Election year is coming. They are so interested in politicians visiting their palace, visiting their worship center, because as they come, they will drop money for them. That is just all they just believe in. But you can only enjoy that money when there is peace in your domain. You can only enjoy such money when there is peace in your country, in your state. But if there is no peace, there is no way you can enjoy it. Because they always have an access of running away when there is an emergency in the country. The masses, they are left, their fate, whatever that happened to them, nature will take control. That is the situation of Nigeria today. So I think, Mr. President, if I'm privileged to see him, if I'm privileged to speak with him, probably if he's have access to this platform, I will advise Mr. President to recontest election. Nigeria should know that Tinubu administration has not done well for Nigerians. It has not done well in any form. It has not done well. Nigerians are going through a lot of hardship. If you ask me today, electricity is a great problem. I met with some NEPA officials on Sunday. I was telling them the billing system is becoming something. They said they are trying to reduce it. But I am seeing the federal government in their own wisdom trying to kind of put in some money as a subsidy to reduce the burden of electricity billing on the part of the people. But the question we need to ask ourselves, the excess that is being generated by BDC today, have the government of Nigeria decide or made up their mind to go out on the BDC or NEPA, whatever the name is called, and know exactly the amount of money they have made within a period of time, and how well they've been able to use that money to touch the life of the average Nigerian man? Nigeria is the only country you don't have access to some of these companies, some of these multinational companies, their tax system, what they made and what they are giving out to the government. Nigerians are not aware. Nigeria is run like an awkward state. You don't know what is happening. Everything seems to be a misery. So I don't know the kind of leadership that is piloting the affairs of this country. Tinubu, by age, by standard, by all standard, is not supposed to be president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He is privileged to serve as a one-time president. But if he is a man of conscience, if he's a man that actually believes the peace should come back to Nigeria, if he's a man that actually see the pains and the suffering of the ordinary Nigerian man, one would have expected that his whole immediate family would tell him, Baba, your time is up. You can no longer recontest for this election. We need a youth. When I say a youth, an average age that can run for the post of a president, even while they are not even be trusted. Because when you look at most Nigerians vying for public office, the whole of them have question marks. They have question marks. So I think the election of Nigeria is more or less like a kind of a jamboree, using Edo State for a case study. Whichever way you want to interpret it, the ruling party, they hold the arm. They are like a man handling the nozzle of a barrel. You don't toy with him. They control INEC, they control the army chief, they control the police, they control the DSA, they control all the securities of the state. So they can use them against the people. But the unfortunate aspect of it is that the market does not select. I can see the children of DSS, they sell pure water within the market. The children of police, the children of army, just name the children of some of these politicians. They said, I love Ruben Abati. I love him so much. He was once a politician. Yes. He's back to his normal business. How many politicians after 4 years, after 8 years or thereabout, will find their way back to their business center? Because they have no skill, they are not trained. Ruben Abati is proud of the job he's doing, even if the money probably the take home is not enough or compared to what he used to take home. It's okay. He's in the public, he's doing something for himself, doing something for at least national building. But when you ask an average Nigerian who probably left office about 4 years ago, when you see him, he's as old as my grandfather, because they don't have anything up in their head. What they are solely concerned, how much can they make? They want to build houses, they want to build hotels, they want to build private schools. These are things they invest their money. So it's an unfortunate situation. Mr. President, to me, personally, if he's recontesting, I personally will not vote for him. I will not vote for him. No matter, even if they share money down to my unit, to my village, to my constituency, I will not be part of the money and I will not vote for him. He's not a man that can take Nigeria out of the situation Nigeria is today. He has been in the system from 1999 till date. One would have expected he would have been the most experienced president, having gone through some of this, training, or, having served as a governor, senator, and just to mention a few. The age is no longer on his side. The people have not been able to realize that. When a man of 65 is in the office, a man of 60 is in the office, a man of 68 is in the office, you can see the output will be better than a man of 90 years. What are you doing there? You can't sit down for 3 hours. You can't read. You don't even know what is going on. You don't know. So Nigeria, they are yet to know what is actually good for them. They are yet to know. So it's an unfortunate situation. The youth of Nigeria, they are the one contributing to the most of the problem we are facing today. Edo State governor have mandated all the local government chairman to start a kind of pasting the billboard of Mr. President in every of their locality. Is that the issue on ground? The governor have not been able to create job. The job he created in Edo State cannot pay the workers for the past 5 months now. I have some persons there. What I am saying, I let them put a call across. They have not been able to pay workers. Even if this guy, Nigeria, I wait for this country. I wait for this country. I know some of our colleagues, they are waiting. Probably they also want to speak and make their contribution. Let me give a hot
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Israel, unmute yourself, sir.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Mr. Chris and Mr. Ogile. Good evening to all of you.
Yes.
And I must say, well, it will be better if all Nigerians share this broadcast,
Yes.
because I would say it was a sad day for Nigeria.
Mr. Israel, please don't hold on first. One
Yes, sir.
second before you go ahead. Please like the video and share the video. Make us see the super chat. Now only Alex Agmontain plus brother Israel and brother again one of that brother. Only 3 people now the super chat me for this platform. At least many people there yet today. Make us see this buy me super chat. Make us they support this broker. And make us they share the video. Make us they like them. Yeah, we know they do saga. We they talk and see they be. Now what you want benefit the whole Nigeria now we they discuss for here. We are not being paid. They're not they pay us put, but awareness. What did they go on for the country? Now we they bring come table, come they discuss. You have your own opinion. Everybody, let's share ideas together. The way forward of our country. If Nigeria is a great country, it will be better for all of us as a Nigerian. God bless you guys. Like the video and share the video. Mr. Israel, go ahead, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ogile. You know, it was unfortunate that some Nigerians do not understand the complexity we are now. And I will say that I have always used you here that it will be useless and ill-filtered for us Nigerians to be talking about the prosperity of our country against a government whose reply has been on a savage attack against an unarmed, defenseless people. That's we Nigerians. You see, the Senate that rejected that bill, the electoral bill, it's just made it look as if we are going back to about 100 years again. Do you know why? I will cite it with what is happening in Edo. When the previous government came, they took it from writing on the paper to e-governance, meaning you don't need to write anymore. We then use our computer. So which one is faster? Is it not the one on the computer? So I can type your name and see your details and everything will be coming out. And when this current administration came in Edo, they took it back again to where you can then submit papers. This is exactly what the Senate has done to Nigerians. The last concluded elections, Senate was giving more than 500 billion to consult the election. And they told Nigerians that they were going to be transmitting from the polling units straight down to the RF. Was that not what they told you?
Yes.
Or till today, the Independent National Electoral Commission cannot tell you how we got here. They begin to dance on their tune. But now here's the point. It is not all the total bill that they rejected, but what they rejected was the mandatory thing that Peter Randy was actually saying on TV. Most Nigerians don't know. Because Nigerians should be, this is what translated to the Gen Z to come out in Kenya to say enough is enough for William Ruto. Now, they rejected the electoral transmission of the election result straight down to the IREV. So what it means is that if you go to your polling unit and vote, it will just go straight. They will count the whoever wins in that polling unit. How many you won, the other party won, it will be ready. As far as he's typing it, it is going straight down to the IREV. What the Benin will say, Awe will say, oh, Monade Bebie. That is what they rejected. Why did they reject this bill? After much consultation, now before then, article that the Clause 60 amendment, which was actually one of the electoral laws, has actually reminded Nigerians, this was the former one, no, presiding officers transmit results electronically to the IRF portal in real times. That was what was proposed. But do you know that these people never wanted it to be done like that? Some of these, after much consultation, that, you know, stakeholders, you have to talk with civil society organization and other members, sat down and proposed that bill and said, listen, this is what the Nigerians want because of transparency. I don't know if you understand. Because of transparency, let us see what is happening so that we can then say, okay, this one won and that one won. That's transparency. Guess what? Immediately they finish all their debate. That was what that man was telling you. The information leaked down to the Senate to say this is what they proposed. The senators refused it. Why do you think they refused it? Because they knew very well that if it is done like that, most of them will not be there. They will lose their seats. Because they know that, how do they do this thing? So this is what they then propose. In not everything, they then give out to say, well, in as much as we do not want the electoral vote to be transmitted to the IREF, but we can have adjustment to the election times. Bangang. Mr. Ogile, you were here when I told you, I reminded you, I said, the way we are going, I don't think our election will be done in 2027. Don't be surprised they will shift the date to this year, election will be conducted. They have just amended it to that time. You just hear adjustment election time. Now, and that is why I cited you. I said it here with the way we are going. With the way these guys are trying to use election to bamboozle Nigeria. They started this thing last year, even just before Tinubu, got into office. He started this election, what's it called? Propaganda. And today, most of all the governors, last year, it was all election. Meanwhile, it is not the election time. Now you have just seen the Senate have just adjusted the election times now. So don't be surprised, 2027 will not be there. It might just be, this is just from what I can guarantee you it can be 100%. They might not have it that day. They even updated the rules of voting technology, but they removed the IREF. You see them? Then later, they then put penalties. They increase penalty for electoral offense. Now, the question is, how many people has been prosecuted on electoral offense in Nigeria? Does that not shock you? So all these things, they try to say, okay, we are going to increase all these things in order to feel that Nigerians will then take their eyes off, okay, they are going to be prosecuting whoever buys. How many people, who are those people sending hoodlums to steal ballot boxes? Are they not the same people? Are you getting me? So these are what they did. Now, my question now is, that man that was talking just now on iRise TV, he said something, you guys were not reading it. He said he does not think that the president will have a harm because he knows the president have always been in accordance of how...
Yeah, this is where Nigeria always get it wrong.
Okay.
They will replace the president. You see, they don't understand.
Okay. Do you know why? He was saying it. I just think that is just a kind of you being politically correct. Somebody like me, as a concerned Nigerian, I will hold the president responsible because you were the same president who actually appointed the INEC chairman, who gave you the right. You see, that's where they finally have a loophole into our electoral system. A president of a country is now nominating an INEC chairman. What does that tell you? Is he not going to work according to his masters? Exactly.
Absolutely.
So he's going to work accordingly. So another thing you have to know, that this same president is the one who told you he was a Democrat. Didn't he tell you that he was a Democrat? He believes on this and that. But this is the same person who is also like turning against Nigerians' fundamental human rights. Does that tell you he's a Democrat? He was the same person who was being given the bill to sign to become law. So if you were actually a Democrat, you should have read that bill to say this thing is not nice. How can we not be transmitting the result directly to the IREV? If you are truly a Democrat, like you claim to be, you could return that bill and said it needs to be scrutinized again. Did he do that? He actually assigned to it and it becomes a law. So Nigerians, the only thing I tell you is that they can deceive you. They can't deceive somebody like us, like are concerned, because we read between the lines. But Nigerians are now kind of relaxed because they feel like it is not my business. That is exactly what is happening in Edo today. You can see what is happening in Edo, threatening people, thinking because they believe that they have their main principal in power, everything can go well in them. But you also remember, they say just as the devil is planning, now so God they plan. So don't just think it is just go to fall in you. But I feel pity for that Randy Peter because this is the only Nigerian who was singing with this electoral reform. No other Nigerians was actually paying attention. Now, but I don't pass Gary now. All of us don't look now. So it's just so sad that a president who called himself a Democrat is now the person joining the Akpabios and the rest to deter Nigeria from their own civic responsibility. It's very sad. And Mr. Ogele, thank you for bringing this topic because I navigated through the social media. Nobody has actually brought this thing out, apart from you now. Nobody. But they can talk about propaganda and all sorts of nonsense they want to use in keeping themselves. Some of them are quiet now because they cannot, the opposition no mess. Obateki no mess. They know themselves. And some of them are listening to them, they are listening. But the point is that whenever it comes to issues like this, you seal your mouth, you run inside your house. But when the time comes, when Nigerians start asking you, you are going to be talking at that time. Because Ogele, enough is enough. Because when I look at the social media, the kind of propaganda that goes around, it's so sad that some of these people who live abroad are the same persons propagating this kind of propaganda. Because do you know that this afternoon I asked somebody, I said, listen, they are abroad where you did. You know how ballot box said this the polling station? He saying no. You they even see police from the polling station, he said no. So how come ours becomes like something like a threat? Even if Nigerians want to observe their own right, una go still threaten them. Now they want you to deliver that franchise, deliver that man, just deliver it according to the way it said in the law. Una say no. So that is why I reference the current governor of Edo State to what is happening now. What they are doing now, the Senate, they've taken us 500 years backward. They are going to be counting it by one. Then they manually inserting it into the IREV. Is that not waste of resources? Why can't we just do it from the polling unit straight down to the IREV and then use the computer and said, if I ask you, Mr. Chris, how did you win your polling unit? If you are telling me in court, then we can then go to the IREV and say, okay, you won by so margin. We saw it. Even here in the UK, if you look at what is happening, the day the election was conducted.
If they do it like that,
yes.
It's a safe cause for Nigeria. These guys are criminal.
Exactly.
If from the polling unit to the IREV direct, it is going to save cost for Nigeria. And the federal government is allocating 1 trillion.
Exactly. This is the same INEC. Yakubu cannot tell Nigerians how 2023. This is the same people that claim that they are independent National Electoral Commission. Independent, meaning they are non-partisan. Now you are not being partisan. This is the same Yakubu nominated to go and become an ambassador.
It is done like that here. It is done like that here. When you vote electronically, you are captured. You vote electronically.
Exactly.
Now, the information is transmitted to the IRF. They know down to your locality, from your locality to the central. They know, and it will be registered manually. But unfortunately, this INEC official that is being appointed by the president, they will be the one that will alter some of this figure. They will be the one that will go and tamper with the figure. Because alternately, with the way and manner election was being designed, election result is being designed, my brother, and fraud was actually eliminated. It was eliminated. But the people
do you know the painful
manipulating
part?
it. You said what?
Do you know the painful part? Do you know the painful part of it? Is that the most painful part of it is that the opposition right now, we don't see them. The only opposition you have now are the concerned Nigerian citizens that are on the social media space talking to make sure that this thing is being echoed. Now, here's the point. I want to cite an example for you guys to understand all this. This was about 4 years or 5 years ago. I remember I also drew a statistics for the Republic of Gambia. Now, the Republic of Gambia was headed by who? President Yahya Jammeh of the APROC, Alliance for Patriotic Reorientation and Construction. He was the political leader. And this party ruled Gambia from 1994 to 2017. Guess what? When the opposition saw that the force Gambia, the president then was using, which was Yahya Jammeh, it was exactly what is going on now in Nigeria. Nobody competes with him. He believes he has everything. Guess what? The whole opposition, we advise them that, listen, for you to be able to get this thing, you have to then align with all other opposition party. They said, really? And we said, yes. We gave them advice because they seek for the advice. Because we looked at the polls and we saw the statistics. If Yahya Jammeh was to win with all his atrocity, it's going to be difficult. If the whole party, the whole opposition unite to form one force, guess what? They hacking into our advice. That brought what you called Adama Barrow today. The current president of Gambia was elected through the coalition of every political party that was against the APROC in Gambia. And they removed Jammeh. What did they tell us? They said, well, how did you make your poll? Because we read the people. You remember when I told you here that the former governor of Edo State is still leading in the poll in Edo? You guys don't believe. I can show you the polls. I told you when he left office, he was polling 46%. Immediately he started doing his meet and greet, his poll increased to 85%. If he competes today with a free and fair election, he's coming back. Because there is still a chunk majority of people in Edo State still siding Obaseki's regime. And I can vividly tell you, even if you can even poll it here right now, I'll tell you to poll it and see the reaction of the people. Do you know why? Because these were some of the things he did. Now, what is Okpewolo doing? He's trying to... 2 weeks ago, didn't you hear he said e-governance? Did you guys hear that? He said e-governance. So you are not going back to what your predecessor has laid for you before. Is that not waste of resources? So which means you wasted the resources before, and now you are going back to there with no proper idea. This is exactly what Nigerian Senate and the presidents are doing now to make sure that Nigerians does not get that what they want in 2027. It's very sad. So if anybody is keeping quiet, you are thinking you are going to get 50 million people for your president or whatever. You are using the first ladder to climb Mountain Kilimanjaro. Because from the poll, I told you again, that was 2 years ago, a year ago, and according to the African Polling Institute, 86% of Nigeria does not align with the Tinubu's administration. 86. I continue to tell you, it's still in the African Polling Institute. They are not joking. So you are going to see what is going to make. Are we not here? Then you will then understand the statistics I'm telling you now. Please write it down. You are going to be seeing these dynamics play. It is not wherever you would see that thing replicating itself. So, Mr. Ogele, like I said,
Thank you
it's a
very much.
sad day for Nigeria, and our democracy has been trampled upon. The person who is the commander in chief, who called himself a Democrat, have just actually told us that he's just like a Kim Jong-un of North Korea. They are the ones manipulating these things, the likes of Akpabio and the rest. They know themselves, and they do not want to give dividends of democracy to Nigerians. For those of you who want to keep on clapping, clap. But he say he who laugh last, he go laugh best too. Thank you, Mr. Ogile.
Thank you very much. There is a video that was being, I saw the video today. That video, I don't really know what is going on in Edo State. In every democracy, there is always opposition. A democratic society where you don't allow opposition is not become a dictatorship. That's the way I classify it. Because I saw one office in Edo State today, the new office of ADC as a party. Let's go ahead and watch that video, Mr. Chris. Was being attacked by Edo people. Because I will not say it because it happens in Edo. It's Edo people that attack it. Because they should know one thing, power is transit. PDP never expected they will leave power tomorrow. So APC, they should not have it in mind that they are going to live in power forever. So that's why I always tell people, even my friends that have appointment with this government, they need to be very, very conscious of what they are doing. The office is not going to be forever. It's just temporary. So let's watch the video and see what happens. I'm coming. Let me do this thing. I'm coming on, Mr. Chris. Just hold on. Just 2 minutes. I'm trying to share the video. So we can go ahead and watch the video. Thank you very much, Mr. Chris. I will start with you. You see, in a democratic society, I don't understand what is now going on in Nigeria, whereby Tinubu said he's a democratic man. So I'm really confused of what is going on in Nigeria. This is a new party. So can't new party operate in the city of Edo again? They don't have the legitimate right to operate as a political party? Is it only NPC should remember one thing? They are not going to remain in power forever. If I didn't be paraventure, they lost power tomorrow. This one is being done to them. What is going to be their reaction? My brother, where are we going to? Where are we heading to? Why is the politician using our people?
You see,
politicians, they have children at home. Their children cannot
yeah,
go to
the
season exams. Why?
yes. You see, let me tell you what is. Some of these things are strange to you. When you go to Ring Road, the kind of people you see in Ring Road, I'm not talking of people selling business. There are some kind of lifestyle you see somewhere around Ring Road. I'm sorry. The kind of lifestyle you see in Ring Road, that's bus driver, conductor, some of this. I don't know whether they call them lima. You ask yourself if actually we have a government. And if we do have a government, do these people, do they come from a family? Some of them, they are orphans. They were not properly raised. They are just group of non-entities. When you see them, you are scared. They have become an instrument in the hand of any government that comes to power. They are from within Oredo there. They are from within Oredo. They are not from Ovia. They are not from Uhode. They are not from some other extension part of Edosa. They are from within Oredo there. So the government, a successive government that come, they make use of them against the people. What are they fighting for? They want to control motor park. They want to control some of those tipper garage and the rest. These are the things they are fighting for. They don't mean well for the state. That is the reason why election in Edo South can never be a stabilized election. You cannot play a stabilized politics in Edo South until God in his mercy wipe away those criminals in Oredo. Because they are the one successive government will make use of. They will not make use of the people of Isako, the people of Edo Central. They will never make use of them because these people, they have vision, they have mission. They are going somewhere. But the people from Edo South, probably with the Oredo there, they are the one giving the Benin people a very bad and a terrible name. If you check the people wreaking havoc there now, they are not normal human beings. They are not Igbo people. They are not Hausa people. They are from within Oredo there. The commissioner of police, the DSS, they've not been able to identify those criminals. I don't know what it takes for a commissioner of police to do certain things. I know the government of the day will not permit such a thing. The governors, they will tell you we are on top of the situation, but they are the one responsible for such a heinous crime against democracy and against the people. Is there anything wrong forming a new political party or trying to get a secretariat? There is nothing wrong with it. Any political party that does not have an opposition is like living in somewhere around North Korea. That is it. Nigeria, Edo State, the politics we are playing here. And if you check people committing that crime now, you can never see a responsible family in their midst. And some of these boys committing this crime now, when you check them, they don't have a background, they don't have a root, they don't have a place coming from. I say majority of them, they are orphan. They sleep within Market Square there in Ring Road. Some of them were once bus conductor and the rest of them. And you see, politicians we have picked them, go lodge a hotel for them. Yes, that is the life they are living. Most of these terrible names you hear somewhere around Oredo Ring Road there. Can you identify their parents? You can't identify their parents. You can't. But they are become an instrument in the hand of politicians. If you come from wherever you are now, probably you are from Europe, America, and just mention that you want to play politics. When you see that, you will say, I don't want to associate myself with this kind of people. But the successive government, any government that comes to power, they are very close to the government. They make use of them. They use them against the people. But one thing they have failed to realize, any state that want to develop, you don't need such strong idiots. You don't need them. We need people with vision. We need people with mission. We need people that can transform our locality, that tomorrow it will be a better place for us to live. But they don't care. If you want successive government have ruled right from the days of Oyegu and the rest of them, see, I speak with you now, they are not resident in Benin because they have failed to provide the dividends of democracy. And even they make an attempt, there are some invisible hand that will tell you we don't want this kind of a thing. I don't know whether we are practicing democracy or other system of government. But if you ask an average Benin man, which system of government would you like to practice, they wouldn't accept democracy. There's a kind of government they want to practice, the Benin people. I'm not talking of Edo Central. I'm not talking of Edo. I'm talking of Benin, the Benin people. There is a kind of government they want, not democracy, but it's only God. Democracy have come to stay, whether red or black. Democracy have come to stay. Developed countries we run into today, they started democracy. Today is a perfect democracy. They didn't start like this. We are privileged to read the history of America, Britain, and the rest of them. Yes, they must have had their own shortcomings, but it wasn't like this. I do tell you, I say, look, if your father is a medical doctor in UBTH, the medical doctor in UBTH, and you attend staff school, and whenever you close something, you just walk into your father's office, you play around. In the next couple of years, you already having the mindset of becoming a medical doctor. If you check the DNA of those guys who are criminals somewhere around Ring Road, their father were once an Agbo criminals. So it's in their DNA. They are very good for destabilizing our society. That is their way of life. And if you check them properly, none of them attended primary one. None of them attended primary one. So I don't know why a government and a elected government will want to associate himself with this set of idiots. Big thanks to the military administrator. I keep saying it. Some criminals were trying to turn the dead bedded state upside down. They have picked them, you know them very well. I've repeated this severally in this platform. They have picked the whole of them. They were dropped at Agbo. Yes, Agbo prison. They were there. They spent years there. They pleaded and pleaded. Some powerful institutions have to stand the gap for them, that if they come back, peace will reign. They pleaded before they now finally came back. When they came, they embraced peace. And those bad names we are hearing somewhere around the road in already today. I don't know what DSS, what they are doing. I don't know what DSS are doing. DSS are busy looking for Yahoo boys. Police are busy looking for Yahoo boys. But those people that is creating unrest within our locality, DSS, police, they have not been able to handpick them and throw them into the bin. They've not been able to handpick them. You can't do business. You can play politics, because these guys, they are always awake. They are looking for people they will wreak havoc on. So I don't know what government actually means for the people. Democracy, advanced democracy, we copy from, or we are copying today. They didn't start like this. They didn't start like this. They didn't start like this. What we are doing today is just the opposite of what democracy ought to be. If you look at people leading in Edo State, people leading in Nigeria, they don't have certificates. Look at the leadership of all the various political parties in Edo State. Ask me among those who attend University of Benin. Ask me among those who attended Ekpo or Auchi, and just to mention them. None of them. They are a bunch of idiots. They will just handpick from somewhere, and automatically they have become a leader. They will lord over professors. They will lord over PhD holders. They will lord over masters. They will lord over lawyers, because they are criminal. They are mindless individuals who do not mean well for the state. And the people have not been able to realize that these guys, they are not human beings. We don't need to work with them. Even if they are in the opposition, a time will come, they will join suit with the ruling party. You see them manipulating the system. On the long run, the people will cry for their nonsense. So I don't know where they are taking the country to, where they are taking the state to. It's an unfortunate situation. Those who are privileged to be in leadership ladder in Edo State and Nigeria at large, they have brought shame, humiliation upon this country. Nigeria is no longer a friendly place. I must tell you, it's not a friendly place. What you are seeing, what you are hearing on media, they are not real. I'm telling you, what you are hearing on media, they are not real. The media is corrupt. The people, they are corrupt. So what you hear on media, sometimes they are not genuine information. They are not genuine. The government cover a lot of stories. Ordinarily, they are not supposed to cover. It's an unfortunate situation, and I wish for this country.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chris. This guy that write this comment, I don't know where you say I'm a tribal fighter. I don't understand. I don't know the tribal war that I fight against you. It's your own opinion. You are welcome to the platform. So, Mr. Israel, what is your take on that issue?
Thank you, Mr. Ogile. You know, one thing is like sometimes you allow some people to just write whatever they want to write. There's never a time that you have reason any tribal bigotry or to. That's why I say people sometimes you have to understand the kind of platform you say those words. You just ignore it. Because for me, it doesn't really pull any weight. I've not seen you on that mood. So just leave it. So according to the video you played, this is what happened in Edo. A political party's headquarters was actually being destroyed, allegedly by the ruling party. Now, let me remind the chief security of the state, which is Okpebholo, right? He is the one that is the chief security of the state. And this same person, like I told you, is a senator. Okpebholo is a senator, right? Can Okpebholo remember what Section 40 says in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria? I don't think he does. If he does, he will understand that whatever they are perpetuating in that regard is a violation under the rule of law. Now, here is the point. Section 40 of the 1999 Constitution, as amended, says that every person shall be entitled to assemble, freely associate with other persons. In particular, he may form or belong to any political party, trade union, or any other association for the protection of his interest. So, what are these key things telling you about? It shows that, one, they have is freedom to form a political party, freedom to join any political party, freedom to associate with others of a political purpose. Then the last is INEC retain constitutional authority to regulate recognized political party. And if you look at it, Mr. Ogile, the ADC party today that was formed is recognized by INEC. So according to the law, what is the duty of Okpebholo is to protect the lives and property of every citizen of the state. So up till now, you have not heard any statement from the government, the administration, condemning that nonsense that was perpetrated by those hoodlums. Have you heard it? No. The reason being because he felt, because these are the tactics, the intimidation that they want to impose on the Nigerian to actually disenfranchise them, so that they can then believe that their party, they have given the president 2.5 million votes. You remember what he said. You know, sometimes when he says things, he doesn't know that these things carries implications. You remember what he told that journalist? He said, the Edo people are still not thank the president for what he's doing. Ask me if the president is using his own money to develop the country. You understand? This is first thing you have to ask this guy who said he's the governor of the state. He's still using his money so that the Edo people can thank him. Exactly.
The quality of job they are doing in Edo State.
Exactly.
My brother is a shade.
Okay. Can you imagine that? Okay. You see, this guy.
You need to come to Bini Agboro. Did you know this tipper they use in carrying waste?
Yes.
Environmental. That is what they use. Those local tipper environmental, you should know them. I know you guys know that. Yes, that is what. That is what they use in TP sand somewhere around the Agbo Park Road. Then you now ask yourself, you are a construction company, a registered construction company. The signboard, the name is not in the construction site. Is that not a shame? When Julius Berger is walking, you see
you always see Julius Berger. Yes.
Yeah, you know that's Julius Berger. When ROCC is walking, you will see
ROCC.
Yes, but we've not seen something like that. According to a source we are hearing, the man in charge was once in a Caterpillar pass, and probably is close to the government of the day. So they just swapped the contract to him, and the man is using local tipper to be parking something from Bekodiro.
So what did I tell you, Mr. Chris, when I told you that there's got an administration of what? Garbage in, garbage out.
Garbage out.
So the point is that this guy, he does not understand what he's having, what he has, you know, and this is what actually annoys me when somebody who was a senator, who claimed to be a senator, he does not actually know the clause on the Constitution that gave right to these people having their fundamental right, and which is Section 40. And I just read it to him now. For those of you who are carrying propaganda, you can go and read it to him so that he knows. So
Now,
all
let
this,
me also tell you.
sorry?
I'm sorry to come Israel.
Go ahead, go ahead, sir.
Benin as a barrow they are trying to work on now. If you don't build some of the adjoining road, no matter what they are doing, then it's going to be nonsense. It's going to be nonsense. There's a place they call Ohobe.
Okay.
You go almost opposite Agbo Park, and that will link somewhere around what's the name of this area? Oh, Ramat Park side. That is the other side. Enyai. My brother, the volume of erosion that comes from that part of the road, my brother, if you don't build a drainage approximately 15 feet deep, it cannot take the water. The water will always remain at the center of the road. And they've not been able to get a better design. No proper feasibility study carried out.
That's what I was trying to say. Now, a government of the day who told the Nigerians that he was going to do X, Y, and Z if given the mandate to rule. He doesn't even understand what is called visibility studies. He doesn't even know. We don't even know who he is using. According to the FOA, Freedom of Information Act, as Nigerians, as an Edo citizen, I demand that Okpebolo must give me whoever is constructing that road. What time is it going to be? How long is it? He knows that according to the FOA, Freedom of Information Act. So if you know you are with him, or you are his people, I don't know. I don't care. I am a concerned Nigerian citizen because I believe that there are some people who think that they can then carry out the out of governance by the way they want to be. But this is democracy, and transparency must be is a part of it. And this is why we are holding him responsible. He must tell us. And this is what exactly what what's this called? The Minister of Work did on Arise TV. What's his name again?
David Umahi.
David Umahi. When they were asking him how much per kilometer, he couldn't ask. He was asking. He forgot that there's a section in the FOA, according to Freedom of Information Act, that you are supposed to provide these evidences. So Okpebolo will come and tell Nigerians, will come and tell Edo people that where all these things is bringing, he needs to come and account for that. You see, some of these people, and whenever you see they will just bring one signboard, and these are the people living abroad. Edo is shiny. Somebody is saying that now you have to come and join a political party. You are setting blow. You are you see, they don't understand what they are doing. And these are the people who call themselves SSA. Threatening Nigerians. Threatening Nigerians. And they live abroad. Some of them don't even work abroad. They were under the government feeding. And now they've taken refuge now. They are now working in Edo State. And they forgot that now the same government in abroad will still be paying their children, right? So they don't know the implication on that. You see the myopic mindset of this kind of people, this garbage in, garbage out SSA this guy is giving. Who does not? If you ask some of this SSA to spell their name, they can't even spell their name. So how come these people are now in the corridors of power? Now using it to usurp and then intimidate the people, that the people does not know what they are doing? This is what makes me kind of like, what? I don't know if you guys understand. You now have the kind of people who are tout, sycophants, come on social media to intimidate Nigerians. When they are talking, they say, we want good governance. A governor is telling a journalist and said, let's bet it. Let's bet it. I am going to give 250 million. How are you going to get it? We want to know. As a governor, you only have one vote. So how are you? Do you think that Nigerians are just the same before? They will be taking your gullibility as a chief, the chief security of the state. Now you are a chief security of the state. Look at what happened in Edo today. Because it's not your party, you kept quiet. When it was your party, you went to bring police and then you started harassing the student. You see, this is what the problem is now. Because it's another party now, and you are the chief security of the state to safeguard the lives and property of every Nigerians that are living in your domain, you have failed according to Section 14B. You see, the whole thing is that these touts who are also living abroad, enjoying the dividends of democracy, they are the same people who go to the same Edo to go and say the Edo is shiny. Some of these people, are they okay in their head?
See,
are they okay in their head?
Let me tell you one thing. For the fact that you have crossed this Mediterranean to Europe, America, and other part of the world, it doesn't change your orientation. Some of them were more than 18 before they left this country. So a man who is already above the age of 18, you can't change his orientation. And besides, you see, when you speak, there was a time I told you, I said, listen, when you are coming to Nigeria, we'll create a slot at the University of the Department of International Studies for at least, even if you're going to spend 2 weeks, you do some orientation before you finally go back to where you are. You understand?
Of course.
See, some of these guys probably who stays abroad, some of them would have been better as job men. We battle pusher in the marketplace where they speak. You traveling abroad or going to other parts of the world, it doesn't change your kind of person, it doesn't change your personality, it doesn't change your orientation. Yes, it doesn't change your orientation. If I live here for the United States of America, America wouldn't change my orientation. It wouldn't, because I've gone past the age whose orientation can be changed for a certain reason. You understand? So what am I trying to say? Even you stay in the Mississippi, you stay wherever you are, one day you will come back home. You will come back home. You cannot be in your 70, you cannot be in your 80 and still remain in Europe or America. If you destroy the place you call your home today, when you are coming back, you come back to that place you have destroyed. The reason why we are always here is not comfortable, my brother. We are making a lot of sacrifice to talk to the Nigerians, talk to the world, what is happening, exactly what is happening. We are not being political, you understand? We are not being be biased in our analysis. We are only telling the world what is happening. On the case of SSA, the governors have appointed. My brother, what is actually they are paid agents to kind of galvanize for the government of the day. Whether the government is good or bad, they keep on galvanizing. Oh, this government is shining. On environmental day, they went past my streets. What we heard them saying, Edo is shining. Now, the waste that is being generated from this drainage and the rest of them, they are parked by the roadside. Ordinarily, responsible government, which I know allocation was made to that effect, one would have expected that same government will bring out their truck to dispose some of this waste, but the government will do it. They will be met by the drainage side. In a couple of days to come, they will go back to the drainage where they were brought out from. So who is fooling who? The government is fooling the people, and the people are fooling themselves. It's an unfortunate situation, the kind of country we live and the kind of people leading us today. And what I keep on telling Nigeria, I say, look, Anambra State Governor Professor Chukwuma Soludo is a man I love so much. If he failed to deliver the dividends of democracy, Nigeria is a failed state.
He's already failing. He's already failing. He is already. I can tell you that Chukwuma Soludo is also doing the same thing what your governor is doing right now. Let me just put it quickly side that. How can you then tell the people when to open their market, irrespective of what is happening in the Southeast today? It is the failure of government to make sure that the people are safe. It's what led to those kind of nonsense. And Chukwuma Soludo, as the chief security of the state, you are to give reassurance to the people to say this is what we need to do, because if you don't go, we are going to be losing. The economy is going to lose a lot.
Is the governor ready to protect them?
Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
Now, those traders, let me come here.
Go ahead.
Most of them have been in the main market for more than 25 to 30 years, selling, contributing to the society. What is their pension benefit?
Exactly.
You see, the governors of Nigeria, they are like emperor. They behave anyhow. People that are collecting money, they are contributing to the government.
Exactly.
They don't have priority. You don't protect them. You are forcing them that they must open market today.
Exactly.
What is their benefit? These are my questions.
Exactly. This is why I tell Mr. Chris. Yeah, this is why I tell Mr. Chris that Chukwuma Soludo is already failing. These are the same people who understand what fundamental human rights is in our constitution. Yeah. It was not just put there, it was signed by the Nigerian government under the United Nations. Now, this point, I can't force you to go and open your store. It is your right. All I can do is to encourage you to make sure that you are safe whenever you are doing your business. Is that not what it is? That is my job.
You are paying to the government.
Exactly. And then you lock the market instead of you to tackle the insecurity. Exactly.
When I'm pensioned, I will benefit from the government. They're going to pay me.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
You see, your contribution, I love the contribution from you guys. Israel is very analytical, Western analysis.
That's how
I must commend you. You see, one thing when you mention Oba market, Ogiso market, New Benin market, the real market cannot take, let me say, about 50 people. It is the extension you are seeing around the core market. Governments over the years have deliberately and failed to build markets. Let me use Edo State for a case study. Now, the tax you pay for a period of 35 years, and God forbid there's an emergency in the market, maybe fire outbreak, and just to mention them, the government does not come to the rescue of anybody. You are just on your own.
Okay.
Yes, you are just
Mr.
on
Smith,
your own.
let me shock you with this. Do you know anything that can potentially cause harm is called a hazard? Right.
Okay.
Let me give you an example. They said Okwewolo said he's doing his environmental sanitation in Edo State. Meanwhile, you have gutters that are opening very close to the main road. Now, there is no light in Benin. Right? Now, what do you think somebody who we don't have a traffic light, we don't have a traffic light that regulates the cars, so they are driving the way they want, right? Just imagine a car drove into, because these people are so professional, they now know where the gutter is. Do you know that that gutter is not covered? And if they jump inside, if they follow the law, the state will be paying dearly to make sure they compensate those people who owns the car. Do you know that? But because nobody is actually paying attention to that, if it was somewhere abroad, they would be paying dearly, because the people pay taxes to make sure that that road is done. And even when it's done, it has to be done appropriately to reduce what is called a hazard. And at the end of the day, go and look at the Edo State now as we speak. There are a lot of gutters that are not covered. Are they not there? Okay,
listen,
if you go to the market, wait, just hold on. If you go to the market, the same market now, why is Chukuma Soludo speaking to the market? Is that his job? That's supposed to be the job of the local government chairman. You see, the problem is that everybody wants to poke nose everywhere just because they believe they have the right to govern. You see the problem we're having? I told you here that the main characteristics of democracy, it's federal, state, and the local government. And each of these governments has their own role to play in the society.
Absolutely.
But in Nigeria today, the government, the state will take over the local government and they'll be controlling the whole nonsense. Let me shock you again. When Okwewolo came in, barely 2 months he came into office. This is the same people who are telling you that the government, which is the presidency, have just made sure that the local governments have their autonomy. But the same people, chaired by his deputy, told the local government to submit their audit. This was what I was arguing with one of them who came here and said it's a tax. He started confusing the local government and the tax law. You see the problem. And when we are discussing the tax law now, did you see them here? You know why? Garbage in, garbage out. What is not supposed to be your own, you are putting it on your own. And now we are telling you now, you are not supposed, are you the one to audit the local government? It's not. You are not the person to audit the local government. Are you getting the whole thing? The state government, you are not supposed to audit the local government. The local government are entitled for all these schools and what's it called, market and the motor parks and thereabouts.
Yeah.
Okwewolo will tell you he's building the market. Oh God, is that your job? So where is the local government? The whole thing is crazy. It's getting crazy because these people, whenever you say, oh, he's constructing road, he don't build up a market, he don't build, like, is that supposed to be his duty?
No.
Is that supposed to be his duty? That is why, and if you go to the local, you know that every market abroad, people who lives abroad, if you have a market, in case of fire, there's a fire extinguisher, and they even tell you during the course of fire, this is where everybody will assemble. Is that thing there in our market today? So you see, the problem is the people who live abroad are the same people giving them that audience. Meanwhile, where you live abroad, it's just absolutely safe. Did you get that? I just told you now. Do you know that if somebody mistakenly drive into that gutter along the road, they don't cover. If it takes the state government to court, they are going to pay daily. If
In
you know
Nigeria,
this way,
they don't pay.
They don't want you to know because they know these things. They're using it to play politics.
Yes. I was trying to cite an example based on the kind of question Ogele raised. Now, there's a place they call 5 Junction. People might not know that place. There's a place they call 5 Junction. When you get to when you get to 5 Junction, there's a place they call First Bank, TV Road, and the rest of them. Then drive down to somewhere around Luciluche. Drive down to somewhere around Tom Line. Drive down to UBTH. My brother, the drainage there is approximately 15 to 20 feet deep. Now, whenever it rains, the whole place is filled to capacity. You see pregnant women, you see old women, old father. Make sure there. You know what normally happens there? People always face a lot of risk there. I saw one thing with Selu Motor Park. There's a place they call Selu Motor Park.
Yeah.
I saw a girl who ordinarily, this boy cannot touch this Aboki. Let me use that word. Aboki cannot touch on a normal day. You know what happened? Aboki was not the one backing those guests crossing that water. They were going toward almost the opposite, the traditional ground that linked somewhere around Medica. Aboki will back them. They will cross there through the water.
Yeah.
When you get to somewhere around Wasota Junction, I was coming one day, we're discussing. A friend was telling me, do you know about people that have died inside this drainage here? In an attempt for them to cross, maybe probably they want to jump. And there is no slap. I'm saying now, all this, they are just there. I'm not lying. Let anybody call and just find out all this I'm saying now. In an attempt for them to jump over to the other side, sometimes their leg might just slip. You see them fall inside the drainage. BD. They will rush them to the hospital. Sometimes they have internal injury. Before you know, they will just die. It is not government business. You go and see the job they did there. Uselu Market. Common sense would have suggested that a responsible government will be thinking of how to create an alternative crossing for the people. That is a marketplace, a public place. The government is not doing it. The only thing you see there, the Benin people, they are basically looking for where to collect revenue from the innocent and poor Edo people. They are always, you see them holding cake, Koboko. They are fighting. They would not tell government, say, Ikweki, let's march to government house. If you don't get this place done, we won't do this market anymore. And people will go hungry. They won't. You see government affect the politics of Eki. You see government affect the government of the local government, not even local government. What have business? What you see? You made a statement that why is the government affecting the local government affair? Just the way the federal government is trying to oppress the state, so also the state is also oppressing the local government. It was Obasanjo that created all this problem we are talking about now. Before now, we had 3 tiers of government. When Obasanjo became so desperate in getting the state agenda, he said, governor, support me. If you support me, the state will not be under your control. And somehow, it was an aborted coup. It didn't work. The party structure was now handed over to state governor. That is when state governor took over local government, took over political party. Today, when you see a governor, they say they want to flag off earth road grading. I just look at them, I just wait for this kind of people. Governor, a local government chairman, they are talking about road grading. Now, this road we never graded last year.
I think we are going to wrap it up now. Can you just conclude on 1 minute so that it's a conclusion? We'll wrap it up.
Okay. Thank you so much. Yes, I want to appreciate our viewers all over the world. Tomorrow is still another day. Let's key into this platform. Going to share this video. Let Mr. President get the senators and those representing us so that this country and those states can be a better place for us to live. And for those living in diaspora, you can't live there while you are still your 70, your 80, you want to come back home. Let's see how we can collectively build a state for a better tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Mr. Israel, just conclude 1 minute. So
thank you very much. I want to use this opportunity to thank every person that have joined this live, and also thank you, Mr. Ogele, for bringing this topic. It's a very vital one. And I want to use this opportunity to tell everybody that you have to keep on your fight. And I want to remind them, I don't need your money. Don't come to my DM or come and tell anybody and say, "Oh, let's give him money." I don't need I don't need your money, and I don't need your sympathy. Okay, Edo belongs to those people who lives in Edo. Nigeria belongs to the 250 million people who lives in Nigeria. So for me, the reason why I vent is because when injustice becomes a law, resistance becomes a duty. They must stop this their nonsensical art and face governance. Just like Tinubu told Jonathan at that time, stop using Nigerians to play politics. The buck stop at your court. Okpebolo, stop using Edo people to play politics and face governance. Thank you very much, Mr. Ogele.
Thank you, my brother. God bless you. I really appreciate you for that. So viewers all over the world that is watching me, God bless every one of you. Whichever time you come across my video, always like and share. I think we are going to call it a day. See you guys for the next broadcast tomorrow. Good night.